kind of encroaching a little bit over into that time, but we'll give you all of your time. Want you to know that starting this fall, we have talked about it for 2 falls, we do all of our championship events, if weather permits, especially the outdoor ones. We're working on getting a drone for doing cross-country, and I'm not talking about just any old drone to put up in the air. We're going to buy one through the military service that FEMA and all them use. If you're going to get one, you might as well get a good one. And to allow us to be able to do track, cross-country, and maybe even get off to the side as long as we're not over crowds and, do some other stuff with our football or baseball or softball, etc. But that's in the works. We haven't gotten to that point yet. But we also had discussed about doing some football games. So we have on tap for this fall 5 football games that we're going to broadcast. And we'll do our bands during that time too, and all of that will be live streamed live. The game with you guys will be you and Fairview, will be Good Hope and Fairview, and we think that will be probably, if not the most viewed, one of the most viewed. So we're looking forward to doing that, this fall. And I told Ty, if we keep checking things off, my checklist is going to run out. And, I have to hand that checklist to somebody else that may have a new checklist. But anyway, I've really enjoyed coming on board and being able to initiate and be a part of doing these new things and listening to some great folks up here that have great ideas, and that was one of them. And, I think we're one of the few systems in the state that puts out all of our championship events, and you are watched globally, not just here in Coleman, but globally. And it gives aunts, uncles, relatives, friends, folks that are in the military, folks that are overseas, an opportunity to see and watch you play. And that was our goal, okay? All right, so we're ready to get started. Ty, anything else? Did I leave anything out? All right, so we're going to start with a round of introductions. And after introductions, Flash, I'm going to let you start us with a question and answer session.
My name is Corey Stevens, and I'm representing cheer.
My name is Mackenzie Fowler, and I'm representing cheer.
My name is Jolie Matkin, and I'm representing volleyball.
My name is Campbell Cook, and I'm representing volleyball.
My name is Hank Hudson, and I play football at Good Hope.
My name is Tyler Cohn. I'm representing football.
My name is Aubrey Scott, and I represent cross country.
My name is Jillian Zapka, and I'm representing the marching band.
My name is Peyton German, and I'm representing the marching band.
My name is Thomas Hargrave, and I'm the director of the band at Good Hope.
My name is Deanna Caronda, and I coach cross country at Good Hope.
My name is Alan Scott, and I'm the head football coach at Good Hope.
I'm Natasha Holder, and I'm the varsity volleyball coach at Good Hope.
I am Brandy Lowe, and I coach varsity cheerleading at Good Hope.
Johnny Thorne from WKUL-FM, GameDayWeekly.com. We'll start out with Coach Scott. Coach, how many players are back from last season? How many starters are returning for your team?
We've got several. I couldn't give you the exact number right now, Johnny, to be honest with you. But I would say that the majority of our offensive and defensive returners had started last year.
What do you see about this team as far as from spring to where you getting ready to go into fall practice? What are things that pleases you that you're getting better and you know you have to be?
Right, yeah. Obviously, the number one thing that we want to do is compete. And so in the spring game, we played Fife and Vinemont, and in both halves, I thought our guys played really well. It was a good chance for us to play some really good competition. They didn't back down. And from a defensive standpoint, I was really pleased with our effort and intensity and tackling. So, throughout the summer, we've just tried to get bigger, faster, and stronger, do all the little things right to try to help ourselves be ready to compete this fall.
This year, a new region. It's not anything east, it's everything west. And one particular situation, you got 3 schools from Walker County.
Yes, sir. We've been kind of over there with Aniana and Cherokee County and Etowah the last several years, and they did move us west. So Dora, Cordova, Curry, Fayette County Hamilton, Haleyville, and Fultondale State in there with us. So it's interesting. Had some teams move up from 3A, and a lot of those teams that are in our region have competed against each other for the past couple of years. So we're kind of the new guy on the block.
You see a lot of parity in this region?
Absolutely. Again, in the off season, I've really tried to watch a lot of film, any that I get my hands on from the opponents that we're going to have this fall. And so just looking at everybody, they're well coached. The programs all have great histories. And so I think it'll be a real dogfight to try to come out of there and get a playoff spot.
Coach Oler, let's talk about volleyball. Talk about it's going to be a different team this year. How's that going as far as how different it will be? But I'm sure that everything is moving forward.
Absolutely. So every year you have a different set of girls, you have a different team, and this year is not any different from that. But you just try to look at your personnel, you try to see what your strengths and weaknesses are going to be, and through the summer play dates, we film every single one of those games so the girls can go and watch their film, what they're doing so they can improve themselves, but also it gives coaches an idea of what we need to work on when we hit August, that very first practice, and really hone in and before our first game begins.
What are things that you notice about this team, especially as you're still trying to get a couple people back healthy?
We do have a few starters from last year who are not completely healthy and returning yet. So Jolie is one of those. But some things I've seen this summer, we're competitive. We have played some very, very good volleyball teams at West Morgan through a play date before last week, and we've competed and we've done very, very well against those teams. I was actually very surprised with where we're at right now as a team because we have a lot of new girls playing together that haven't really played together yet. So I'm well pleased with where we're at this point right now.
Jolie, update us with your condition and when do you think you can be ready to play?
I went to the doctor July 1st, and he told me that my numbers were really good on my Biodex test, and that August 1st I will be released for playing.
Ron Stone of HollyPondBroncos.com. I do the ball games for Holly Pond. I've done it for 40 years now. And congratulations, Natasha. You got a good job, Jolie. You got a good coach. Maybe you can go look at some of her film and see what not to do. Okay? Yeah. I don't know that much about cross country. We do broadcast all of our football games, our basketball games, and when Coach Duncan said, worldwide, over the years, for the last 20-something years, we've had it on the internet, and we have a lot of people come and say, hey, I listen at it while they're overseas. And I know my doctor, her two boys graduated at Arab, and she had twin boys. They went in service, and they listened to the Holly Pond Thanksgiving tournament every year. So you are listened to whether you know it or not. And congratulations on the band. We got a good band director, Coach Mr. Porter out there at Holly Pond. And Coach Scott, you said you played 5 in the Spring Jamboree. So you got started out with the top-notch team. How did you do against that one?
Yes, sir. So Fife obviously has been kind of the standard in high school football for the last 10 years or so. And so Coach Benefield and I have been friends for a long time, and we finally got the game together. Right. We got our wires crossed a little bit, so that's why we played them in the spring. We are actually going to play them again week 0 for 4 quarters here coming up. So we played them a half, and I think, guys, was it 7-0 for the varsity? Well, we played the varsity a quarter. It was 7-0, 5, and then we played a JV quarter, and it was 7-0. So I thought our guys hung in there with them because they're not scared to put 50 or 60 on you. So, yeah.
Well, they're the standard in North Alabama.
Yes, sir.
Football teams have been engaged the last few years. You said you was playing Haleyville. Now, they've always been a powerhouse, so you mentioned some teams that's going to give you a lot of trouble.
Absolutely.
We've never been known as a football school at Holly Pond. We mostly basketball.
Understood.
And we've done a little volleyball too, but basketball. And our cross country's done well the last couple of years. But anyway, congratulations, and y'all have a good year.
Thank you, sir.
The first thing I wanted to lead off with is I was just going to ask Mr. Hargrave and Peyton and Jillian, just kind of what have y'all been working on this summer and what kind of show do y'all have ready for this fall?
Well, first of all, thank you. We took the summer off. No. We started last week in camp. We're going this week in camp, so we're rolling. Our show this year, we're working on Queen, music from the rock band Queen. I think the students have enjoyed it. When we announced it last spring, they were jumping off the floor, just, oh my gosh, my gosh, my gosh, which brings great energy. We lost 7 seniors. We have 7 seniors coming up, so we're kind of in that role of staying right where we're at in our numbers. Our leadership team has been really strong. They have amazed me in the week that we've worked with the students and what we've done and what we've accomplished so far. So this season's going to be a good season for all of them. Let them kind of add into what their thoughts, and they might not have good thoughts on me, but their thoughts.
I am very excited for the show this year. Last week we got a lot done choreography-wise. We are almost completely done with our show, but I'm not sure how the band is doing with the music.
Well, like Mr. Hargrave was saying, the improvement this year has been insane compared to the past few years. He's really doing good with this program. The show, like he was saying, has been super fun. We're all very excited. We're doing the best we can to make sure the show's good, clean, and fun to listen to, fun to watch, and we're all just having a good time with it.
Awesome. And then just kind of like moving down the panel, I guess, Coach Sharonda and Aubrey, just, how has the preseason gone for you guys, and just what are some of y'all's goals for the upcoming season when cross-country gets started?
Our main team goal is to perform well at sectionals and to hopefully get into state.
We have a lot going on right now. Thankfully, Mayor Bartlett is in the process of putting us a course over at the park, so we're really looking forward to that. Once that gets completed, obviously we'll be able to host races there, which we haven't been able to here lately. So we're looking forward to that. Got a lot of new, younger runners on the team, so we're looking forward to a good year. We're hoping to build up our endurance and have faster paces this year and just push through.
And then just Coach Scott and the football guys, just, you got a couple of seniors here with you today, so just how do you feel like, your older guys have kind of taken on that leadership role this off-season, preseason, and kind of at the same time, how do you feel like the younger guys have come up behind them?
So far, so good. We're trying to stress leadership at Good Hope and have been since I've been there. And so each year the team elects 7 young men that they want them, to represent the team. And these are 2 of my 7 right here, Hank and Tyler. And so they've done a great job of trying to make sure that these young guys kind of know the ropes, holding the expectations and the standards up so that we don't, slip. And so far, so good this summer. Young guys are following well, too.
And then just for Tyler and Hank, just from y'all's perspective as a couple of the seniors, how do you feel like the team has bought into, kind of the goals that y'all have building up for this preseason?
Yeah, Coach Scott has done a really good job this summer teaching us how to be leaders and stuff, especially during our 2-day camp that we had. And I felt like most of the younger guys, I think everybody's doing a good job leading them, and I think pretty much everybody's bought in and know what we want to do this year. So,
just to follow up what Hank said, I agree with that. But I feel like everybody, when we come to work, we know what we want to do. We all have a goal, and everybody follows along the leaders. So, good leaders to look up to. So that's what we like to have.
And then just sliding over to volleyball, you kind of touched on it a little bit already, but Coach Holder, just kind of how kind of similar to football, I guess. It's just how have you seen your group of seniors take on that leadership role and try to bring along the young girls, like you said, haven't played a ton together yet, but working together this summer?
Yeah, so we lost 4 starters from last year, and so the seniors are a group, but also I have some young ones that are coming in and having to fill some roles and learning their reins of kind of how they fit on our team and what they can do and what they can bring to the table. But I've seen a lot of different girls try to step up in different situations in different games, and I think that's awesome. I think we have, I think we have a lot of girls who are versatile, who bring some different things, and we can use a lot of them. I have 12 on varsity, and they all can do something for our team this year.
And then, did you guys want to add anything, players, on that one before we, just making sure before I ask somebody?
Yeah, I think that last year we definitely had a strong team, but that's not to say that this year we can't have just as strong of a team. And I think that we've definitely had some girls who came up from JV that are going to fill some roles that they weren't expected to fill, and that they're doing a really good job working hard at practice, and I think we're going to be good.
I'm very excited for this year. This year, I think, is going to be a very good year. The young girls have really showed us how just the roles that they're filling. They're doing a great job, and I'm very excited to see how they do, and I'm very excited for this year.
Awesome. And then just with cheerleaders, similar thing with Coach Lowe, just how is the off-season program going for you guys and seeing the team kind of come together as y'all get ready for the school year start?
Off season. Good. I mean, honestly, the cheerleaders really don't get much of an off season. I think we took 2 weeks this summer. They got to have off. This year is also going to be another great year for us. We did lose 5 seniors, but we have 6 coming up this year. This is probably one of the best groups that I've seen with dedication and work hard. We had VROC camp and Masters camp, and I thought, man, this is going to be a struggle. But at the end of the week, they wowed me. They really stepped up, and I'm just excited to see what they're going to bring this year.
I think going off of what Brandy said, with us getting state runner-up, like the past 2 years, I think it's just gave the team a goal of let's win state, and let's not just say that this year, but let's make it happen. And I think during our off-season is what you'd call it is, it's athletes wanting to put the work in to make it happen, and I think our goal is going to succeed this year. We have a lot of upperclassmen and underclassmen that are working together, and it's really good to just see the effort that everybody's putting in, and I think that we're going to be able to achieve the goal this year.
Like Corey said, we've been putting in the work, and we still have more to do, and we've already made a bunch of progress, and I'm ready to see what happens next.
Sam McComb the Coleman Tribune. This is for all the athletes. I know a lot of athletes and cheerleaders and band members do something special before practices, competitions and stuff like that. And what is some special that y'all like to do before that?
For the cheerleaders, as far as competitions goes, I try to always make sure that we've said a prayer and just everybody's in a positive attitude before we take the mat.
Before every game, we always come together, we always pray together, and we always lift each other up and get each other ready for the game, just so that way we can have a positive attitude during the game.
In football, in the locker room, we like to listen to music, get a little bit pumped up. And then normally, right after that, Coach Scott, all the coaches will give us a pregame speech a little bit about the scheme. Then Coach Scott will get us fired up. Then we'll hit a prayer real quick, and then we'll go out and play the game.
We like to make sure that we know the trail well and we know what our goals are for that day, and then we pray and go out and do our best.
We will normally get in a big circle and just all talk together. Mr. Hargrave will talk to us, and then we'll go off with our own groups and just talk to each other, and we like to pray and just go in with a good attitude.
There's also a lot of excitement involved in that. Our job is to support and hype up our football team, so we try to make sure we're excited, ready to go, positive attitudes, making sure everyone's real hyped for the game.
This is for Jolie and for Campbell. Girls athletics in recent years at Good Hope has come tremendous, and for you two, you've been associated with a couple of athletes that have provided Good Hope with a lot of recognition. The 4A Basketball Player of the Year in Ivy Maddox, and last week the MVP of the North All-Star Game in Ava Maxwing. Knowing these two athletes, what does it do for both of you about inspiring you and saying, They're outstanding people. What makes it for you to want to go out and be much better every day?
Knowing that they are at the school, knowing that they're at the school, gives me courage to know that I need to go. I need to work my hardest so I can be the best that I can be, and help my team the way I can, just like they did, because they helped volleyball and basketball so much, and I look up to them, and I want to be the best that I can be to help my team as much as I can.
Yeah, I definitely think seeing both of them kind of are great role models for like leadership for us. Like seeing Ivy leave was great leadership experience for us to see her do that, and for her to go on and do bigger and better things is definitely an inspiration for us to show that, you know, if we work hard enough, that we can go and do great things coming from a little school like Good Hope.
Coach Scott, I know you have a member of your staff Saturday night got recognized going into the Coleman County Hall of Fame in Taft Dillashaw, and it was reported that he has somehow been involved with 94% of Good Hope football all time. What does he do as far as you look at him and see what he is? What does he mean to your program and to the school?
Get me a little emotional thinking about it. I mean, you know, when I played junior high football, probably around 91 or 92, and Taft was there. And he had been there. You know, that wasn't his first year. And so all I've ever known about Good Hope football, he's been involved in it. So he coached me there. He coached me through high school. My dad likes to remind me that I did hate him at one point in my life because he was really hard on me. But I know, and I love him. I really do. And he was really hard on me, but he was trying to get everything he could out of me. When I became a coach, as a young coach, he was a guy I would call, you know, as a defensive coordinator. If it was something that I, you know, hadn't seen before, he and I would try to figure it out together, you know. Nobody ever wanted, when I was at Vinemont, there was nobody ever wanted to beat more than Taft and Good Hope, you know. But now that I'm at Good Hope, I'm thankful to have been able to work with him for the last 10 years in my role now. And, yeah, he's just a blessing.
He pretty much, he brings his lunch pail to work every day, doesn't he?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And some jokes. I mean, that's the thing, you know. I mean, I know these guys will be like me is when you're standing around with him, he gets calls from players from the years gone by that need something or just need somebody to talk to.
All right, once again, y'all finished on cue.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, I never have been a very good joke teller, so I just hate to mess it up for everybody. But I appreciate the opportunity.
We appreciate y'all taking time out of a busy summer. Folks don't realize that sports have, they have morphed into this huge, ginormous thing, and it is year-round. Cheerleading, you go from camp to games to more games to tryouts to pre-camp to I just remember those days, and I don't know, and hopefully nobody will get me for saying this, but I can say it because I watched Miss Loden work. Nobody outworks that group from Good Hope. They're kind of the group everybody chases after from the standpoint of how you do things. And so it's a lot of work from all the athletes during the summer, and I know coaches too, and just taking time out of your schedule to come be a part of this, we appreciate that. So thank y'all. Y'all have a great day. Have a great season. We'll see you soon.